Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see on my channel and become part of this beautiful, wonderful family that we are growing each day. Thank you so much to every single one of yous. I'd like to mention that I do have a private crochet group. If you're interested to be part of this beautiful journey with us, one big family, you're more than welcome to join as long as you have a profile. I also have a crochet page that you can follow, Instagram and TikTok. You could always get a hold of me through the messages through there if you need help with any type of, pattern that you're stuck with. And I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Sometimes if I'm a little bit delayed on answering you, it's because we are in a different time zone. I'm in Europe. Most of you are in the US or India or Mexico. So don't worry, I do reply back to everyone's questions and comments. So most cases I use 2.75 hook for my patterns, 3.5, depending on the pattern I'm creating, a small one for tucking in loose ends, and a pair of scissors. Thank you to every single one of you for your suggestions, your opinions, and your kindness of your words, which is extremely important to keep us going and give us the courage that, we are loved and cared for. And that's extremely important to any people that, in general in the world, not just creators, but of course, it really does help us with the creation and putting it out there to everybody. I'd also would like you to please give a thumbs up on the video. It's extremely important. It's the only way that we can keep circulating the video around the world. YouTube recognizes when there's many likes, and of course subscriptions, which is free. It costs nothing to hit that subscribe button and be part of this journey. So thank you so much again. Be careful in the crochet groups. There's a lot of fake scammers that steal your identity by you clicking on those links. They steal people's pictures and pin it up to pass it as their own. They put links with cut and bit. Do not open those links. They're scammers. They will go through your phone or your computer and grab all your information, steal everything from you. So stay away from that. You should just report them in as spam, and they get deleted automatically either through Facebook or through the groups. Okay, so let's get started, everyone. Thank you so much again. Okay, everyone, so we're going to do again an eye shape like I did a few of them already, just same design, just different stitch. So I've already created my one piece. So for the length you need to create first this eye shape, as many as you want for the length. That means 2, 3, 4, 5, depending upon your table or counter or wherever you are going to display. I'll be using these colors. These are 4-ply 100% cotton thread, similar to Aunt Lydia number 3. Aunt Lydia number 3 cotton thread is a little bit thicker, so the pattern becomes a little bit bigger. What I do is I create these little squares first for the length I want, and then I continue on with the different color. So you can build the eye, let's say 3, 4, 5, depending upon the length. I'm going to do only 2 on this one, just for the tutorial not to be so long. It takes too much memory on my mobile, and my other mobile broke, so I'm using, again, a very old one. So hopefully I don't have to do, I'm hoping I don't have to do 2 videos for this, because the memory is just, it's a cheap mobile and doesn't have too much memory. So if I have to go to a second video, then I have to go to a second video. I have no choice. Okay, so I will show you. I had launched yesterday the tutorial on this one. So pretty much the beginning is the same. It will have a different stitch at the end. That's why I'm doing the tutorial on this, because it gives you the option of different ways to do the ending on this beautiful runner. In this case, this will be for the kitchen. It's an order that I have. And this one will be for the bedroom, but it will have different finishing. Okay, so we're going to start by these little squares. So you need to make as many as you need to either 2 or 3 or 4. I added like I have on the other ones. Okay, I'm going to use a 2.75 hook, a small one to tuck in loose ends, and of course a pair of scissors. So let's get started, please. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It helps the channel. And please do give a thumbs up, comments, suggestions. You're more than welcome. And thank you so much for everything. So I'm going to start off with this multicolored mustardy look. It's a mixture of baby yellow and mustard. I'm going to do the magic circle. If you can't, you can do a 5 chain. I'm going to go up chain 3. This is my first double crochet. Now normally I do a single and 2 chain, but this time I decided to go with chain 3 because I know there's a lot of you that only do chains. Chain 2. We're going to build 4 groups of 3 double crochet for this granny square. That's the 4 corners of the granny square. 2 chain, and again 2 more groups of 3 double crochet. So the eye shape, the beginning here is exactly the same as the one I launched yesterday, which is that blue one, but then it changes the stitch because it's different at the end. So I'm going to close it up. I'm going to do a chain 2, come in my 3rd chain and close it with a slip stitch. I'm going to do the walk to the center of my 2 chain and create those 4 corners again. So single 2 chain, that's my first double crochet. We're doing shells of 3 double crochet, 2 chain space, and 3 more double crochet. I'm going to do 1 chain, but if your stitch, your tension is too tight, do a 2 chain space. So I'm forming my 2nd corner, 3 double crochet, 2 chain, and 3 double crochet. And again, 1 chain, create the other 2 corners, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so I pretty much finished the multicolored one. Now I'm going to do the multicolored 1 row of brown. But in this case, you can use green for some of you that are new to the channel or haven't seen the tutorial. Like in this case, I used 1 row of the green here. On that one, I'm using, because it's going with the colors that matches the decor, curtains and stuff in the bedroom. And so I try to go with the colors that matches best with the person's bedroom, or in my case, if it was for me, my bedroom, right? So we're going to do exactly the same thing. So slip stitch knot, I'm coming in the corner and single 2 chains. I'm still creating my group or my shell, I should say, of 3 double crochet, 2 chain, and 3 more double crochet, trying to hide that little leftover thread. 1 chain space. Like I said, if your tension's too tight, you can do a 2 chain space. I'm coming into this space here of the 1 chain, 3 double crochet, 1 chain, and again. Do your shells on the corners. So for this row, this is about it for that. So corners in 1 group of 3 double crochet in the center. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I pretty much did my row of the mixed brown. Now we're going to do the baby yellow. Now, of course, for some of you that are new and just noticing the pattern, so we have from opposite sides normal shell, and then opposite sides is where we're creating these groups of 2 double crochet, 1 chain, 2 double crochet, 1 chain. Okay, and also on these rows we'll have a row with 3 double crochet group, 1 row with 1 only a row with 3 double crochet, 1 row with 1 only, and we ended with 3 groups. In case you want to go bigger, you can just keep doing exactly what we're going to do, same rows, but you must finish with the 3 groups, okay, in order for the ending to fit in properly with the stitches. In this case, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you need odd numbers, okay? That means the next row you'd put only 1 double crochet here. The next row you'd put the group. When doing the group, 2 inside and 1 on top, and then 1 double crochet, 2 inside and then 1 on top. But you'll see it as we go on the tutorial. So I've done my slip stitch knot. I've come in the corner with a single 2 chain. This is my first double crochet. I'm creating the shell. So the first thing is our normal shell. And on the next corner, we're going to create those 6 double crochets, those 3 groups of 2 double crochet. 1 chain coming in, creating the 3 double crochets here on the 1 chain space. 1 chain coming in, creating again the 3 double crochets. 1 chain. Coming in and doing 2 double crochet. So on the opposite side will be exactly the same thing, and on the next shell will be exactly the same shell. 1 chain space. If your tension's tight, you can do a 2 chain space. So I'm creating 3 groups of 2 double crochet, space of 1 chain, or 2 for some of you. 1 chain space, coming back in and creating the 3 double crochets. Now on the next corner, like I said, will be the normal shell. So 3 double crochets. Only the next row will change because we'll have that 1 double crochet on top. So here we're doing the normal shell, 3 double crochets. It's across from each other, opposite ends, 2 chain space, and 3 more double crochet. 1 chain, and again do your 3 double crochets, 1 chain, and 3 double crochets. So on this corner here, 1 chain, we're going to do exactly how we did here, the 2 double crochets, 1 chain, 2 more double crochets, total of 6, 1 chain, and 2 more double crochets. So now we have the 3 groups of 2 double crochet, 1 chain, and create your 3 double crochets here. 1 chain, and again your last group here. 1 chain. I'm coming in my second chain because I started with a single and 2 chain, and then I call it the walk into the center with a slip stitch, coming into the center, single, chain 2, my first double crochet. So this will always be like this until the end, where we have the shells of 3 double crochet will stay the same, and here we're going to be doing increases. So we did the first 3 groups, and then on this row we're working on 1 double crochet on top of the first double crochet, and then adding 2 together on the same one. Next row, again the same thing, always adding at the end so we can keep increasing and getting our pattern to go big. On my last row here, which is the 5th row from the yellow, I have 6 double crochets. So 1 chain, and again create your groups of 3 double crochet, 1 chain. Here we're going to create our group of 3 double crochet. Now it's going to change. On this last one here, we're doing 1 double crochet only, exactly how we have here. And then next row we'll have the 3. So it's always 1 row group, 1 row, 1 double crochet, 1 chain space. Coming into the first double crochet with double crochet. On the second, we're doing the increase, 2 together, 1 chain space. That's why you can go the length you'd like by keep doing increases on as many rows as you would like. 1 chain space, and again the first double crochet alone. On the second one, 2 together, 1 chain. We have to repeat exactly the same thing as we done here on this first one, 1 double crochet, and everything else stays the same as normal. The 3 groups, or the 3 double crochet groups, the shells on this corner stays the same, and on the opposite side also. 1 chain and create your normal shell. So whatever you're doing on this side, you must do also on the other side. Exactly the same thing on the opposite sides. Okay? So normal shell, the increase, and that's all there is to it. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so going into row 3, which I've given myself a head start because it's just a repeat, like I mentioned. Normal shell, 1 chain, create your groups. Now we're getting into this one where the 1 double crochet alone. So I'm coming in the space and doing 2 double crochets and 1 on top. 1 chain space, and then doing the increases. So 1 alone, 1 per stitch, 1 per space, and then the last one, 2 together. That's our increase. 1 chain, and then repeat the same thing again. 1 and 1, and the last one, 2 together. Okay, so the next row, you know that you're doing that 1 double crochet alone only after you created your group, right? So very simple, nothing to it, and it makes beautiful pattern. Of course, colors are everything if you do good combinations. So you're coming into the last one. Don't forget, we have to do the same thing as we did here. 1 on top and 2 inside to create your group. Everything else stays the same as the 3 double crochet. Your shell in the corner stays the same. Nothing changes. So I'm going to continue mine, and I'm going to give myself also a head start when I get to the end here and do my little blocks, and then I'll meet you back here on that 1 double crochet. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 from the yellow. I've done my normal shell, of course, did the slip stitch, went into the space, created my 3 double crochet, 2 chain, 3 double crochet, 1 chain space, my groups, and now I'm coming on the last one and doing that 1 double crochet alone. So I have 1 more row left, which is this row here. We're going to put 2 inside and 1 on top. So that's pretty much it. The increases here stay the same. 1 double crochet per space and 2 on the last one. So on this row you should have 5 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 chain space and continue. Don't forget, when you get to the end of this increase, you must do those that 1 double crochet alone also. Sometimes we tend to forget. I know I did yesterday when I was doing my pattern. I had to come back and take it down and redo it. Okay, so your increase, 1 chain, and 1 double crochet, and then take it from there. So next row, which is the last row on here, because I have only 5 rows, I'm doing 2 inside and 1 on top. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my 5th row from the yellow. I'm on my 4th from the yellow. And it's just pretty much a repeat now of row 3. Okay? Okay, so I'm on my last row, getting to where we have that 1 double crochet. We do 2 inside of the space and 1 on top. So I want to make sure I came back to show you guys so you don't get confused. And 1 per space. And your increase on the last double crochet, 2 together. So you should have 6 double crochets, 1 chain space, 1 per stitch, and 2 on the same stitch at the end. And then continue on. So don't forget, here where we did the 2 inside, you must do the 2 inside and 1 on top. Then you can cut your thread if you're changing colors. We're going to start to attach both patterns together. Okay, you guys, so I'm coming in again with that multicolored brown. And I'm going into the normal shell. We start off by the normal shell. I'm doing a single and 2 chain. This is my first double crochet. Create your shell as you normally do. So the rows are basically the same way. We're just going to attach the patterns together. But the rows are exactly the same as we've been doing. One row has that 1 double crochet and next row has the group. So 3 double crochet, 2 chain, 3 double crochet, 1 chain. Create your groups of 3 double crochet. Now I'm going to continue to do that until I get to the next normal shell. So we're going to continue to do the same thing. We know that here has only 1 double crochet, exactly like row 4. Okay, so let's continue and I'll meet you at the other edge of the shell. Okay, you guys, so I pretty much reached my normal shell. I've already done 1 double crochet. Here we are going to do only 3 double crochets on this shell. We're going to attach our pattern. So 3 double crochet and come directly, make sure you're facing up properly and create 3 double crochet on this pattern here. Okay, so it stays like that. When we come around, we're going to close it up and then continue. We're going to close up that shell, 1 chain, and proceed the same way. Of course, remembering to do your increases also, okay? Everything stays the same. We're doing increases by the rows, and all the rows are the same way as we've been creating them. So we have that 1 double crochet alone, 1 chain, and continue and proceed the same way. So I'll meet you here when we get to this side here. Okay, you guys, so I'm reaching that 3 double crochet we did at the beginning. I'm doing my 1 chain. I'm going to complete my shell with 3 double crochet here. Okay, now I'm going to come on the 3rd one here and I'm going to close it up. Slip stitch, or you can do a single, it's up to you. I'm also going to complete the 3 double crochet on this side for the shell on this side. 1 chain and then proceed and continue your normal groups of 3 double crochet. Don't forget you must do your increases at the edge there. one chain and one double crochet alone, exactly how we've been doing. One chain and proceed again, one per space and two on the last one with your increase. Make sure you also turn your pattern the proper way. Okay, and then you can cut your thread. I'm going to come in again with different colors, so I'll meet you at the end. Guys, I pretty much finished it. I'm going to come in where I have the normal shell again with my baby yellow, very light yellow, do my single, my two chain, and create my normal shell. Now everything here stays the same. We're still doing the increase, creating the same way. Rows are still the same way. I'm just going to, it's going to change when we get in between one pattern and the other. So I'll meet you here because everything else is just staying the same. So we'll have the group of three where we have that one double crochet. The increase is on your last double crochet. So I'll meet you there. Okay, you guys, so I'm pretty much reaching where we connect. So I'm doing my last three double crochets here. And I'm coming directly into the next pattern and do three double crochets. So this here will always stay the same until the end of the pattern. I'll show you here, so especially for the newcomers. Okay, so we're here now. So this is always going to stay the same until we even complete the edging, which will have a different edge. Okay, so we jump from one to the other, and again next row from one to the other. No chain space, and for some of you that your tension is extremely tight, you can do one chain space between them. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on this side, jump from one to the other, and then continue and proceed with the next row. Okay, so I'm cutting my thread after this, and I'm going to change color again, I believe. I'll see once I am done. Okay, you guys, so I pretty much finished my row. I'm going to come in with this terracotta mustardy, similar to this one, but it's not a mix, it's just one color. And I'm repeating again the row the same way. So it's just a repeat of rows, remembering that when you get here, you have to jump from here to here. And no chain, or maybe one chain for some of you if your tension is too tight. Okay, so I'm just going to start right at the corner where I have my shell, single two chain. That's my first double crochet. Two chain space and create three more double crochet. Trying to hide my thread as I go so I don't have to deal with it after. One chain space. So we're just increasing again where we need to increase. Everything else is the same. Then I'm cutting my thread again once I finish this row, and I'm coming back in with that baby yellow. But I'll meet you here in between the patterns, okay? Okay, so I've reached on the last one here in between the patterns. I'm just going to jump from one pattern to the next. I'm not doing any chain space, but if you feel that you need to because your tension is tight, you can. And then proceed the same way again. was thinking here. I thought it was at the end already. Okay, so continue and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, everyone, so as you can see, I've taken mine pretty much down again until this multicolored one. I had the brown and like this one here, and I was not feeling it. So I took it down and I put the mixed one that I've used here on that one. So we're going into row 9. Nothing changes, I've only changed colors. Going into row 9, it's going to change a bit. So I close in with a slip stitch. We're doing our normal shell, okay, with the 3 double crochet. Sometimes that's what I do. I don't feel comfortable with certain colors and I'll take it down. So do your normal 3 double crochets, okay, until we meet here, because it's going to change a bit. All right, so I'll meet you there. Okay, everyone, so pretty much reached where those motifs are on the round for the eye. So we're doing the groups of 3. My 1 chain, it's going to change here a bit. So I'm going to do, on my first one, I'm going to do a double crochet. On my second one, I'm going to do 2 together, 1 chain space. I'm going to skip a space and I'm going into the next one. On my second one, I'm doing 2 together. So we're building these groups of 3, but we're building them a little bit different. 1 chain space, skip a space on the first double crochet, 1 double crochet, and on the second one, 2 together. So now on this motif, we have 3 groups of 3 double crochet. Okay. We're going to do 1 chain. We're skipping this one. We're going directly on top of that double crochet there. On the second one, we're doing 2 together. So basically, we're just repeating what we just finished doing. Skip a space into the first double crochet with 1 double crochet and 2 together. 1 chain space. Skip a space into the next one. Into the second one, 2 double crochets in the same stitch. 1 chain space. We're skipping this one and this little block and coming in into the first double crochet. Okay, so continue and I'll meet you here at the end. Okay. Okay, you guys, so 1 chain space, you're going to skip this one and the little block. You're going to come on top as you normal would do your groups, as we've been doing by row. So the only difference is on here. Now, of course, you have to do the same thing over on the other side, right? So 1 chain space, and we continue on. And then when you get to the end here, you just do your 3 double crochets and you jump to the next pattern as we did here. The same thing, okay? So if you need to rewind, go ahead, but very simple. First double crochet, 1 double crochet, the second 2 together. 1 chain space, skip a space. First double crochet, 1 alone, next stitch, 2 together. 1 chain space, skip a space. The last one we skip the double crochet and also the little block here of 1 chain. We go directly into the next one. So very simple. You're to have where these motifs are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 groups at the beginning until the end where the motifs is. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I finished row 9, going to row 10. We're going to continue to do, actually no, we're not doing the shell. We're doing 7 double crochets inside of that shell, the corner shell. So I've closed in with slip stitch. I'm coming in single, 2 chain. That's my first double crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 double crochets. That's including my single, my 2 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 chain. I'm coming into that 1 chain space and doing 1 double crochet. 1 chain, coming into the next and do my 7 double crochets again. We're going to proceed this way. The only difference is in between patterns. 2, 4, 6, 1 more, 7, 1 chain. Coming into the next space, 1 double crochet, 1 chain. And continue to do your 7 double crochets here again. So we're going to continue to do that until we meet here in between patterns. Okay, on the last one here, we should end up with 1 double crochet. I'll meet you there at the end. So now we're in between the motifs. So like I said, you should have ended up with only 1 double crochet, 1 chain. I'm skipping the first double crochet here, and I'm doing 1 double crochet on the second, on the third, on the next one, on the first one on the next pattern, and on the next space. So I have 4 double crochets, 1 chain. So I've skipped the first double crochet and I've skipped the second. Coming in, doing 1 double crochet, exactly how we have here. 1 chain, and again proceed with your 7 double crochets. And we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side of the pattern when we get there. Okay, and then I'm changing colors. 2, 4, 6, 1 more, and 7. I'm going to go into a dark brown, which is this one. It's going to match the brown that I have here, which is number 37. By the way, this yellow is number 13. Okay, because you know that my threads, the colors go by numbers, not by name. So I'm going to continue my row exactly the same way as we just did, or doing. And I'll meet you at the end. I will cut my thread at the end. You must do exactly the same thing here on this side. Okay. Okay, you guys, I pretty much finished row 10, going to row 11, which is my last row. Now, when I say row 11, I'm counting from the light yellow up, not from the granny square, okay? So you can grab any corner you'd like. I'm going to go in my first double crochet here at these shells, the shells that we've been doing with a single. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 chain. I'm going to come back in, picot. Next double crochet. So I'm doing a picot, coming in with single, 1, 2, 3 for each double crochet. Actually, I'm just going to do right in the center instead of grabbing the where we close off. Okay, so single, 1, 2, 3, and instead of going in here, I'm going to come right in that single that I did. Makes it easier, and I think it's prettier. Single, 1, 2, 3, right into the single, into the next one, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now on my last double crochet, I'm not doing picot. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picots. I'm going to turn twice on my hook, and we're going to use the inside 2 double crochets here, not from the 7, but the row before. So not row 10, row 9. I'm going to do, come from the inside, take out 2, take out 2, and hold the other 2 on your hook incomplete. Turn twice again. Come this time from the outside in, into the next motif. Take out 2, take out 2, and now take all of them out. That means your 3 loops on the hook. And then coming in again, single 1, 2, 3, and I'm coming right in on the single 1, 2, 3. So I'm not grabbing these loops here, okay? I'm coming right in the single. Faster, prettier, easier. We want easy and pretty, right? So 6 picots all together. We don't do the last double crochet picot. Show you one more time. And my last double crochet single. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picots. Again, turn twice on your hook. We're working in the inside out. Take out 2, take out 2, and keep the last 2 on your hook. Turn again. This time sideways in. Take out 2, take out 2, and take out the last 3. Coming in, the first double crochet there. 1, 2, 3, and start again your picots. So we're going to do this. I'll meet you in the middle so you'll know what we're doing here in between on those 4 double crochets in between the patterns, okay? So continue yours and I'll meet you at the end. This one here will complete when we come around it, okay? Looks so pretty. Okay, everyone, so I'm on my last one here. Just before I hit that 1 double crochet in the 4 here. So I'm going to close this one out. And then I'm going to come into the second double crochet. We have 4 there, remember? And I'm going to go into the next 2 singles on the second and on the third. I'm skipping the first and I'm skipping the last. I'm turning again twice and I'm coming directly on the next motif. And I'm going to close it just like that, and then coming in to my first double crochet there. 1, 2, 3 picots. So very simple. If you feel more comfortable, if your stitch is extremely tight and you feel more comfortable of doing singles on each of the 4 double crochets here, then you can go ahead and do that. I don't need to. I give it a good stretch. So you can loosen up your stitch. Give it a good stretch to that. I'll show you in a second. Into the last one here. We don't do picots on there. Come back in. Now we're going to start to incomplete triple. Okay, so you hold your 2 in the hook and then turn twice and then again. Take out 2, take out 2, and the last 3. and come in on the first double crochet and start again your picots. So this is very simple, and I think it looks gorgeous. I hope you do too. This will be a set. I will be creating one of 4 motifs like this, one of 3 and 2 of the 2 for the night table. This is for a bedroom, which has yellow and brown curtains and bedspreads. So this will definitely match much better than the color I was using before. So incomplete, take out 2, take out 2, you have 3 on the hook, and close and go directly into the first double crochet. Okay, so this is pretty much what it looks like. I think it looks pretty stunning. Beautiful little shells. I will leave the measurements below. You can add for the length you want as many motifs of these. So create this part, right, like I showed you from the beginning. And I will catch you in the next tutorial. Please give a thumbs up if you enjoy the tutorial. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It's free. Nobody charges you for anything. And thank you so much to every single one of you. Until next time, bye-bye, everyone.